Hey guys, Robert here, and I saw Godzilla and X Kong, the New Empire, and I liked it. Wasn't groundbreaking. It's not a -1, and I'm going to get it on Blu-ray. I'm a completionist, but I'm not in the mood to run out and go see it again. Heck, I don't think I'm in the mood to see it again, even when Ingrid's ready to go see it. I could say she can watch on her own, and we'll do our own review afterwards. But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. It is a little bit better than Godzilla vs. Kong in many ways, but weaker in others. For one, Scar King, good in concept, decent in execution, but how the hell are you gonna top Mecha Godzilla? Really? But okay, let's start in the beginning. This is a tale of three story arcs going on. You got the human side, probably one of the better humans in the Monsterverse, although everyone's going to be bitching and moaning, I know. You have Godzilla and Kong, of course. The human side is entirely focused mostly on Kong. Kong is the main driving force of this. Why? It's about him finding his people. And he does. But he's not the only one. Hold on, let me find her name. Gia, the last surviving member of the Skull Island tribe, is feeling lonely. It's a lot about her and Dr. Andrews, who looks even better here with the shorter hair, if you ask me. And I do like how she's become one of my favorites, I think, because she's a very nice, dedicated character, but still hoping to get through. Okay, but let's start at the beginning. It's been 3 years since the destruction of Mechagodzilla. Kong is now ruler of the Hollow Earths, and Godzilla is up on the top. So long as and they're separate, they're fine. But they make it very clear: if Kong comes up and Godzilla senses him, Godzilla's gonna be pissed. And to the point where Kong gets that he infected tooth, and as he climbs up there for them to help him, they do. We're introduced to this guy named Trapper. I like him, fun guy. And he replaces the tooth, and Kong goes back. But the whole time they're like, "Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!" and things like that. At the same time, they're getting these weird signals coming down from the Hollow Earth. Something like a warning, an SOS, pretty much. Godzilla senses it, and something about it tells him basically, "I need to power up. It's going to be a big threat." So the Godzilla portion of things is Godzilla going around and first absorbing a power plant, and then going and taking out first at the beginning, I should have mentioned, at the beginning, Godzilla takes down Skilla, one of the giant spider kaijus, takes it down, and he just curls up for a nap in the middle of the Coliseum. I like that. But anyway, so yeah, he goes to France, absorbs a nuclear reactor, then he goes and just kills a kaiju named Tiamat, who is a bit like Titanosaurus, a little bit. And just annihilates her and starts absorbing her and the power she has there, which is one of the biggest energy sources from solar energy. And that's mostly his portion of it. It's mostly about Kong and Gia, and Andrews and the others. Kong finds his people, but they are being ruled by the Scar King. The Scar King is the giant gorilla ape that led their people against Godzilla long ago, 1,000 years ago. So yeah, he's ancient, and turns out he has through a crystal that allows him to control an ice kaiju named Shimo, and basically the plot is very simple. I'll be honest, the plot is very simple, but I think because you don't have two separate human arcs, it makes it a bit better than Kong and Godzilla vs. Kong. But anyway, but Godzilla locked them away thousands of years ago, and thus they are but they got released. And it turns out Gia's people, the Iwi, Iwi, have they've been found. They're still in the Hollow Earth. At least a tribe of them are. And of course, Gia's happy. Andrews is worried she's going to want to stay with them and everything. But it turns out Gia is special as well. They're the ones who sent out the SOS, I should also point out. And Gia is special because turned out she can bring back Mothra. Now, I should point out, Mothra, it wasn't supposed to be Mothra. It was supposed to be some type of XP of Mothra, but apparently the test audience were like, we know it's Mothra! Give us Mothra! And thus they asked Toho, and Toho approved it, and they had to be Mothra, which explains why some of the consistencies are a bit off, but still, Mothra's back. Kong gets a cool robot arm. Oh, I showed the point out. On his way there to meet Scar King, he meets up with this younger ape, and he's carrying his big axe with the beard and everything. Yes, I get a boy from God of War. It is so obvious they were going for that, and it was awesome. Just like, boy, as he follows along. But yeah, Scar King is a bastard, and he wants to go back to the surface and conquer the world using Shimo to apparently bring it back about the Ice Age. But anyway, Kong realizes he needs help. Even when he gets a new cool robo arm, set courtesy of Monarch, he can't handle Scar King and Shimo. So he has to go up and ask Godzilla for help, which of course as soon as he does, he just waits there, and Godzilla's like, running towards it. Godzilla's like, oh great, him, huh? But the best part is, Godzilla's charging and Kong's like, ooh, 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 ooh. He's pointing to the hole of the hollow earth, like, ooh, 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 ooh. Godzilla just tackles him, and then Kong punches him, and he starts dragging him towards the hole. Godzilla's like, the hell you are, and he blasts him. And then Mothra shows up, and I think we're meant to imply that Mothra keeps Godzilla balanced. And since her death during God and Kingdom of the Monsters, he's been unbalanced. Because the moment she shows up, she's able to just explain it all and say, like, you know, what's going on. And Godzilla, without a second thought, helps in. They go down there. They get the big charging moment. They charge at each other. They fight each other. Great action bit and everything. And then they come up. They eventually land in one of the holes and come up. By the way, we get so many places. We get Rome. We get Rio, we get Egypt, we get so many other places, France, we get so many other places that just get, you know, annihilated by these things. But yeah, they end up a big fight in Rio, and that's where a big bulk of the fight's happening, as they're just fighting it all out. The Scar King is a weak villain by comparison to the others, but the fact he has Shimo on his side, who clearly Godzilla needing to beef himself up. But as the fight's going on, they're just tag teaming, doing everything they can to help stop each other. Mothra doesn't do much. I felt like Mothra was just there just to convince Godzilla to help and everything. But they're just wailing on each other. Then Godzilla grabs. Oh, I should point out, the Scar King has the crystal attached to a whip it's been using. Godzilla bites the whip, breaks it, and tosses the crystal. Kong's trying to grab it, and then he had left his axe earlier. The young little ape named Tsuko shows up with the axe, just jumps and smashes it. And then Kong and Godzilla just knock the Scar King around, and then Shimo freezes his ass, and then Kong smashes him to pieces. And then at the end, Mothra is going on protecting the portals of the Hollow Earth. Kong is now ruling the apes and the giant apes and everything, and Godzilla goes back to laying down. And Gia decides to still say it was Andrews. Things like that. For the most part, it's a very bare minimum plot, but it's a fun plot. But it feels a bit like more like a TV movie continuation. You know, what you would do in a TV movie. You know, bare bone, but you're still moving a plot. It feels like a extended episodic television type of installment, or a graphic novel continuation of something, where, again, things are moving, but the plot is bare minimum for the action, comparable to artwork, if it was a comic book or animation, things like that. And it's not bad, though. It's not bad. But I mean, I want to see more, of course. And there's talks already that they want to do something where they give Godzilla the Kong treatment here, where it's gonna be more focusing on him for once. Because yeah, Kong has been the main focus. I think it's time for Godzilla to get more focus. But one thing I will say I love about this movie is that the animation really nails it. It shows the like it really show you get what's in the head of these kaijus, know what they're thinking, know how they're reacting, know the type of expressions without needing them to speak or even go, it's more like a, like, again, with Kong when he grabs it, he has the axe and everything, it's like, come on, boy. Things like that. Or with Scar King, you realize just how insane he is. Stuff like that. It's like, you really, even, again, with Godzilla, I mean, at the very end, beats Scar King, he picks up the axe and goes, And even Godzilla's like, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this movie. It's fun, it's entertaining. Go out and see it. It has its own strengths. It's on par with GVK, Godzilla vs. Kong. It's on par. It has its own strengths and weaknesses that counteract some of the stuff from Godzilla vs. Kong. But they're both equal, if you ask me. My only gripe, like so many others, the music, Junkie XL, or whatever your name is, Junkie XL. Oh, you can't do that in the old music in a Western audience. Oh, you can't do the Sonic games with Western for a Western theatrical. Bear McCreasy can prove otherwise with Godzilla. You just don't want to utilize anything unless it's a soundtrack music. You don't want to bother. You want to just everything to be your own. And I'm sorry, that's a problem. Most of the music in this was generic as hell. When you bring back Mothra, you should have had some variation of bum 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 bum. But nope, you just get. I don't even remember the tunes anymore. The most music I remember is I Was Made for Loving You, Baby from Kiss. That I remember more than any of the other music in this movie. I'm sorry, it's forgettable. It's serviceable in the movie, but then you don't think about it. But other than that, it's good. I really hope it does better. Unfortunately, I'm seeing people still saying, oh, it pales compared to -1. No shit! Two completely different type of movie. That's like comparing Heisei to Showa. Completely different for the most part. Enjoy it. It's fun. That's what the movie's meant to be. Meant to be fun, not make you think, make you be entertained. But yeah, that's all I gotta say here. Sorry, some of my teeth. But yeah, anyway, yeah, good time. Go out and see it. Take care.